quality public television is made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Eric Henry and Tom Syneath had their Alamance County t-shirt company TS Designs humming from the 1970s through early 1990s. In those days, 125 workers helped them serve the world's largest apparel brands. Eric says the 1994 passage of the North American Free Trade Agreement fundamentally changed his business. Big companies could now make their shirts in foreign countries at much lower production costs.
Prior to NAFTA, we did work for the brands Tommy, Nike, Gap, Polo. Had over 100 employees working here. Within 2 years after NAFTA became law, we were at 14 employees.
Eric, Tom, and the TS Designs team couldn't beat that foreign competition and would not join them, so they took a different approach with customers. They would ask them to consider the source of their t-shirts when ordering, and then consider the effects of buying products, with lowest price being the only consideration.
Are you mad at the third world countries, or are you saying, wow, have the rules changed?
No, what I tell people, I don't blame the brands that left us, because at the end of the day, we vote with our dollar. If you don't care where your product comes from, then don't be surprised when your neighbor loses their job.
The company embraced a business model where profits would be measured alongside the company's effects on local people and the environmental methods used to create TS Design t-shirts. Those three factors make up TS Design's triple bottom line.
For me personally, this environmental path, this triple bottom line path, has been a merging of my personal values with what we do as a business, rather than this sharp contrast of what you do to earn a living and then how you live the rest of your life.
That strategy embraced the reality that domestic apparel costs more to produce than foreign-made clothing in many cases. TS Designs would-be clients would be asked to buy into two notions.
This is the Garden of Eden.
President Eric Henry and Chief Executive Tom Syneath's corporate vision, and the slightly higher prices that come with making that vision happen.
Well, they begin to understand the process, that how this affects them and their neighbors and future generations.
They thought it was more expensive because either we're making too much money or we didn't know what we're doing.
Eric and Tom focused on making t-shirts of recycled, organic, or North Carolina-grown cotton and materials. They printed shirts with environmentally safe inks and launched a t-shirt line that allows the customer to know the farmer who grew the cotton for their shirt.
We have to get people to understand it, because by making it in the United States out of sustainable fibers and printing and dyeing environmentally friendly ways, it raises the price. So when you do that, who would buy that?
TS Designs replaced its former mass-scale t-shirt orders with smaller orders from smaller companies. TS Designs itself was streamlined with new technology and fewer workers. Those workers are given a chance to live a greener lifestyle by tending a company garden on company time, raise chickens on company property, and manage the company's solar, wind, and biofuel energy for production.
The problem is that we are really lacking on the smaller scale, the more local, the better processes, organic, sufficient, sustainable. That niche is really hollow right now, and we're rapidly trying to fill that.
Which is more important to you as an entrepreneur, saving the planet in terms of environmental impact or saving North Carolina jobs?
I think they're all the same. You know, we look as I said, we run a business based on triple bottom line. We got to make profits, we got to take care of our employees, we got to take care of the planet. We feel this model of connecting back local is a path that's going to get us there.
Eric says he's not anti-globalization, but he does want customers to think about what they're buying and where it's coming from. Then consider if saving a couple of dollars is really of value.
Say I buy a t-shirt made in a third world country and it costs $10 retail. I consciously seek out a shirt made with local North Carolina cotton and made in North Carolina. How much would that t-shirt cost me?
I would say at retail we could be anywhere from $2 to $4 more expensive.
So average, if I buy a $13 t-shirt, I can keep an American working. If I buy a $10 t-shirt, I may be sending him to the bread line.
Right.